Hey, so I'm back with another video, and it's something a little different this time. I'm going to be showing you everything about closing. So the final walkthrough, which I'll be going to a little bit later on, how I prepare for closings, and then if I can get some footage in closing. I don't know how much they're going to allow me to show, but I'm going to try my best to get a little bit so you can see what kind of happens. So I'm going to get myself together, go over into the property in North Wales, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. All right, guys. Let's explain this. So, a week before closing, settlement notices go out. And on this is the times and place where we're going to be closing. For buyers, they're the ones that get to pick their title company and where closing happens. So it's always in the buyer's hands to pick where they have closing. Another thing that goes out 3 days before closing is called the CD, or the closing disclosure. Us agents are not allowed to see this form. We get what's called the ALTA. But in this case, for this video, a CD is the most important part for you buyers in particular, but also for the sellers. This breaks down everything of what your monthly payment's going to be, how much you need to bring to closing, what your taxes are, HOA fees, no matter what it is. It's on this form and it's broken down for you so you know exactly what to expect when closing happens. Also, what happens during closing times is they do the final water and sewer bill the night before or the morning of. So that's why when a lender tells you to estimate an extra $500 on the money that you bring, it's just because in case something fluky goes on that they weren't preparing for, you have the money. If you bring extra money to closing, they can absolutely write you a check to go home with and they won't keep it.
Another way that I really prepare for closings is to review over the agreement of sale again to make sure any inclusions or exclusions are at the property as we agreed upon in the agreement of sale. I'd also like to take a look over the inspection report just to refresh my mind and remind the clients of anything that will need to be updated or fixed shortly after moving in. A quick look over my checklist to make sure I didn't miss anything particular, and we should be good to go.
Putting together my cookies. I have a batch in the oven, I have another batch cooling, and then once they're all cool, I put on the cream cheese icing because I have the pumpkin spice cookies this time around. I always bake cookies for my clients when it comes to closing, and I also always get them a really nice serving dish so that they have something special for the years to come. So this is getting done right now. I have my final walkthrough with my clients tonight, and then tomorrow at 9:30 is our closing. So we're almost there. Katie, she's actually been a family friend of mine for a while.
Yeah.
And you're buying a house.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Are you excited
Yes,
about this?
absolutely. Yeah.
Tomorrow's our closing, so Katie was willing to kind of talk to us about how the days leading up to closing are going, because that's something that's really stressful for buyers. So what did you get the CD 3 days before closing? Can you explain a little bit that?
Yeah, it was really easy. The lender actually did everything electronically. They sent me everything 3 days before closing, and I signed it with the electronic signature.
So everything's done online.
Yep, there was I didn't have to go anywhere. Everything was just emailed to me, and it was really easy.
Good.
Yeah.
So the CD is called the closing disclosure, and that gives you all the information about how much you need to bring to closing, what your monthly payment is. So it's kind of like a preview. And also about wiring the money over. That's something a lot of buyers stress about, is wiring the money. So what did you have to do to get the money over to the title company?
So that was easier than I thought it was going to be, because I heard wire and I was a little concerned.
Yes.
But I just went to my bank and I went in with the wiring instructions, and I sat down with one of the customer service specialists, and they had it all done in like 20 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it was really
easy. Then I called the title company to make sure all of your funds are there, and then it's ready to go for the day of closing. closing just happened and Katie walked away with the keys in her hands to her new home. I think it was one of the fastest closings I've ever had. It was maybe 20 minutes. With a conventional loan, you have less paperwork compared to an FHA or VA loan or USDA where there's a lot of documents you have to sign. So it was quick. Another thing that I wanted to point out that I never really thought of before, but a lot of people ask me is, okay, after closing, what happens? I'm like, the house is yours. Some people think you have to wait a day or a few hours. I'm like, nope, as soon as we leave closing, the home is yours. And just like with Katie, she got the keys and she's headed right over there. But I was not able to get any footage in there. It was just, things were moving too fast. It just wasn't good timing. So maybe I can try for something another time. But it was a wonderful closing. I'm so excited for Katie, and the house is theirs. Yay!